Management in Lakeview in Chicago.
I'm Nico Apostol, and I am Lauren's business partner at All Management.
I'm Maggie Finnegan at Keller Williams Realty in Chicago on Lincoln Square. And we're here today to talk a little bit about condos and how to make your condo association more marketable and more attractive to a buyer. Because we all know that right now it can be a challenge getting a condo sold, and how solid a condo is financially is a big issue. So I'm going to ask Lauren and Nico to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. One big thing that a lot of smaller condo associations don't pay enough attention to are the reserves. The FHA requirement is actually that your annual budget should have 10% of your budget budgeted towards the reserves. And that's a big thing that lenders look for. And it's really important to be building up your reserves every year rather than having those big special assessments.
Where a history of special assessments can be a red flag both for buyers and for lenders who are considering giving loans. So to have that reserve fund budgeted to cover any expenses that should come up is a really good thing to do.
Another kind of rule of thumb, it's not an FHA requirement, but it's kind of the way lenders look at things. The amount of money you should have in your reserves. Everyone's always asking that. And the recommended is 6 months of your assessments plus the cost of your common area insurance deductible is kind of a good rule of thumb for how much money you should have in the reserves.
Yeah. And it's all right if the reserves don't fully have that much in there, as long as there's some documentation or explanation, like you budgeted for a roof repair and you took from the reserves to repair it, and there's a plan to replenish that back into reserves. So don't feel like you have to always maintain exactly that amount in there. There is some flexibility within there.
Right.
Okay. And then, so the way it would translate to an individual condo owner is that when you make your monthly assessment payment every month, 10% of that should be going toward reserves. Is that correct?
Exactly.
To just keep building it up.
Yep.
Right. And if you think about it, if you were a homeowner and you had to replace your roof or fix your furnace, those are expenses that would come up anyway, and you'd be paying for them, and maybe it's a good idea for you to be budgeting 10% of your monthly costs into a savings account for repairs. What's nice about condo associations is they do it for you, but the amount of the monthly assessment should be adequate enough to cover those expenses down the road.
Another couple general easy tips to help make your unit more marketable that people forget about. Keep your hallways in good shape. The common areas, make sure they're clean. You know, be willing to pay the expense to paint them every couple of years. If there's trash in your hallways, it's not clean, and the paint's chipping off, no one's going to even want to go into your unit to see it, much less buy it.
Yes, I know when I'm showing buyers properties and we walk into a building, the buyers will turn to me and they'll say, "This is a rental building, isn't it?" Because they'll see shoes in the hallway and they'll see a lot of dirt, and then they're not really even interested in going in and looking at the condo.
Right.
Absolutely. And Maggie will definitely agree that curb appeal is the first impression a buyer gets when they walk into a place. And you want yours to be really appealing. So.
Yep.
Okay. Any other tips in terms of keeping a condo association financially solvent and being economical?
Really great idea is a lot of, especially small condo associations, we find don't keep very good meeting minutes or documentation about the budget. If you know units are going to be sold regularly in your condo association, it's a really good idea after each meeting to spend an hour or two, sit down, write up the meeting minutes, and to write up, amend or update all the documents that you know are going to be needed when it comes time to sell the unit.
So really, that's a document that the lender is going to want to see before they make a mortgage. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Even if you're a friendly, cozy association, a bank is going to require some kind of documentation to verify that you're a friendly, cozy association, that you have your money responsibly managed, and that there's repairs are adequately paid for.
Right.
And then I know that the lenders also are going to want to see budgets, and as a professional management company, you can help a condo association set that up. Right?
Exactly. That's one of the first things we do if we take over a building or association that's never had management before. We try to get all those documents in line right away and get into the habit of taking minutes, keeping the minutes, having all of the information that's required for the disclosures ready and available right away, so that it's never the association that's hindering a sale. That should never be the case.
That's really a good tip. What about other tips for buildings in terms of service providers, bidding, sense of community? Any other suggestions you can make?
Yeah, just general advice for associations. A lot of people don't know right now, the electric market has opened up in the state of Illinois, and you no longer have to get your electricity through ComEd. And it's something that associations, especially for larger ones that have large electric bills, should consider bidding out. There's companies like Power to Switch that will allow you to bid out different electric providers and can save you 10 to 30% per year in your electric costs. It's definitely something that can help your bottom line. And then just generally for associations, we recommend every owner in that building, whether you're on the board or not on the board, whether you're looking to sell, not looking to sell, they should be involved and aware with what's going on in the building. It's the biggest mistake we see made by owners.
It's a great idea to have more than one person have to sign things like checks, or have more than one person in the association receive the statements, so that there is a couple of people providing accountability for what's going on with budgets and expenses. And it's also, it would be nice to get to know your neighbors. It's even the most private building, just once a year to have a get-together for a social reason rather than just a business reason. That can really help encourage people, even renters who live in the building, to take care of the property better.
Sure, yeah. I know that when I'm out showing property, oftentimes buyers will ask me about the owners in the building, and we really don't comment on that with fair housing laws and whatever. But I can certainly talk about the fact that a condo association has an annual party and the neighbors get along, and there's a nice sense of community.
Right.
And when a buyer walks into a condo building, they get that feeling right away. They can
Right.
tell.
And you can avoid so many problems that way. If you know your neighbors and you know someone's in a financial hardship, you can have that discussion, and rather than serving notices and having to go legal routes, you can work with people.
Well, thank you, Lauren and Nico, and appreciate your time.
Thank you.